guys, what's up? My name is Rachel, and today I am bringing you just some fall books or things that make me think of fall that I really want to read in fall 2020. So I don't really have any other way to start this, so we're just gonna jump in. I'm gonna briefly tell you about the books if I know what they're about. Some of these, it's more of like the cover or the genre makes me feel like it's fallish, and it's something that's been on my list for a while, so there may not be the greatest summaries of all these, but we're just gonna go with it. It's fine. So the first book that I'm gonna talk about that gives me all the fall vibes, all the spooky vibes, is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I don't know a whole lot about this. I do know it's a domestic thriller where the wife of obviously a couple goes missing, and there's all the speculation on the husband and where did she go? Is she dead? Is she alive? Did he kill her? Did someone else kill her? That's really all I know about it. That's really all I need to know about it. Gillian Flynn is so well known for her domestic thrillers. Everyone loves her books, I feel like, and I've heard so much about Gone Girl. Funny that I can't remember any of it right now, but I've heard so much about Gone Girl, and it just seems like the perfect time of year to read this book. The next book that I'm going to talk about is a recent release, and that is The Night Swim by Megan Goldin. I have not read any of Megan Goldin's books, but I've heard phenomenal things about The Escape Room, and when I saw this on Book of the Month, it seemed like the perfect opportunity to give this author a shot without having to spend a lot of money on a hardback, so there we go. This is about a girl who has a true crime podcast, and basically she returns to her small town home for whatever reason, and there is basically like a crime, an Olympic swimmer goes missing or something like that, and she decides that she's going to get to the bottom of it via her podcast. So I just thought it was a really interesting concept. I love the Olympics, so basically anything that involves an Olympic athlete, I'm kind of already intrigued. And then when you put Megan Goldin, someone I've heard amazing things about, and wrap it up with a thriller, like how can I say no? So I'm very excited to read this. The next book that I'm going to talk about is Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea by Abel Genevieve Tichouk, which that's always a fun name and quite a mouthful. I don't remember a lot about this, honestly. I've had this book on my shelf for way too long. I always tell myself I'm going to give it a shot during the spooky season because it's about basically a deal with the devil and trying to avoid making them, being careful of who you hang out with because you never know who they actually are. So it's got a devil, so my brain always goes, just wait, read it during spooky season. Fall happens, guess what? Doesn't read book. So this year I need to get it done, or I should probably just give up on it because it's been in here too long. So if you read this book and you like it, let me know in the comments, motivate me to read it, maybe we'll finally get it off the TBR. The next book that I'm going to talk about is The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton? I honestly can't remember anybody else pronouncing his last name, so I just had a brain fart. If that's not how you say it, oops. But basically this book is about a detective. There is a girl, Evelyn Hardcastle, who will be murdered in 8 days, and he has like 8 days to figure it out, or she'll keep dying until he gets it right. Which just sounds really cool, very intriguing. I don't even understand how you come up with this concept, but I love it and I'm very excited about it. I love like detective things. It gives me like hardcore Knives Out vibes, or like And Then There Were None, except for the fact that she keeps getting killed over and over and over and over again until you solve it. But like that kind of detective true crime story, it gives me those vibes and that excites me. And the next book I'm going to talk about is Goddess in the Machine by Laura Beth Johnson, and this is the beautiful Owl Crate edition. The shiny edges. Love it. I honestly don't really remember what this is about. This one is one of those things that like the cover gives me fall vibes because of the colors, and it's something I've been wanting to read for a while. I know this is like sci-fi, futuristic. It just sounds really good. I wish I could describe this better. She's like in hibernation, and then she wakes up and it's the year 3012 and people are calling her a goddess and she doesn't remember anything. So that's really all I know about it. I'm fine with only knowing that. It's a beautiful book. It's very fall vibe. I've been needing to read some sci-fi, so there we go. Need to read it. The next book that I'm going to talk about is one that I have already started, and I really just need to get the ball rolling, and it seems like the right time of year to just knock it out. and that is My Plain Jane by Cynthia Han, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows, or as they are known, the Lady Janies. This is the second book in the companion series of the Lady Janes, obviously. And this one follows Jane Eyre, which is unusual because I thought they were all supposed to be about like real life Janes, but this one is a fictional Jane, but I'm okay with it. This one gives me spooky vibes because our protagonist Jane does see ghosts, and it's all about, at least from what I've gathered so far, is a guy is trying to recruit her to like join his like Ghostbuster squad basically. It's not called Ghostbusters, but it gives me Ghostbusters vibes, so I feel like it's the perfect time of year, and this is a lighter one. I feel like often, like during spooky season, you read a lot of dark, like heavy, hard-hitting, gritty books, and this seems like a good mix-up for some lightheartedness and all of that, like grit, so I feel like this will be really good to read this time of year, along with all these other books. It's a good accompanying book. The next book that I'm going to talk about is Hunting Prince Dracula by Kerri Maniscalco. This is the sequel to Stalking Jack the Ripper, which I read, oh god, a really long time ago. But these books all give me spooky vibes. I mean, our main character is training to be a mortician, which if that doesn't give you spooky vibes, what does? And basically she ends up finding herself trying to unravel the mysteries of, well, very popular, of people like Jack the Ripper and Dracula, and the other one is Houdini, so it's, you know, it's like popular people from way back. So, I don't know, she finds herself wrapped up in all of these, which I just think is fun, and they give me spooky vibes. I mean, she has a stake on the cover. Obviously, she's not, like, doing needlepoint with that, like, so. Alright, and the last book that I'm going to talk about is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This is a YA thriller mystery. This is about our main character, and basically in her hometown there was a murder, a young girl was murdered, and everybody believed that the boyfriend did it because he committed suicide shortly after, and she decides that she's going to get to the bottom of this, and obviously there are people who don't want her to get to the bottom of this, so she encounters a lot of pushback, and it just sounds really intriguing. I've heard nothing but fantastic things about this book. Everyone who reads it seems to love it. So I'm definitely excited to read this very, very soon. So that's it for this video. Those are just some of the spooky, thriller, fallish books that I really want to read between now and November. So hopefully I get to some of them. At least one of them would be great, but we'll see what happens. So that's it for this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more awesome content. I post videos every Tuesday and Friday, so I'll see you guys in another video soon.